Well, folks, I want to thank the CBC for coming down, the leaders to come down to the White House. We got a lot to talk about. I want to congratulate Congressman Horsford on his election in this body. And he got elected early on in spite of the fact I was for him. But anyway, congratulations. And we want to talk about the progress we made together and the investments we made in the African American community and Black community, from everything from HBCUs to jobs to healthcare and a range of other things. But to state the obvious, everybody knows that Tyree was buried, just laid to rest. Vice President went to the funeral. I spent time on the telephone with his mom and his stepfather. And, my hope is this dark memory spurs some action that we've all been fighting for. And although you just got to keep at it, I listened to Al Sharpton's eulogy, which I thought was first rate. And we got to just stay at it as long as it takes. The House passed police reform back in 2021 when the Democrats controlled the House. And it passed the George Floyd Act. And Corey, you worked like heck in the Senate, came close, but but it's what we did. I was able to, through executive order, make some significant changes at the federal level, which I want to share with you all. Not necessarily take the time today, but to go through the implementation of each of the initiatives we put forward, and the absolute deadline for each of the agencies to demonstrate that they've met the requirements is end of March. And so we'll meet before then, but I want to sit down and go into detail about that. But I most of all like to talk with you guys, and you, whatever you want to talk about. But from my perspective is, how can we make some progress on police reform of consequence and violence in our communities? And I assume that's the primary thing we're going to talk about, but anything else is on the table. So thank you all. Do you want to say anything, Mr. Chairman?
I just want to thank you, Mr. President, and Mr. Vice President, for making this a priority today. The death of Tyree Nichols is yet another example of why we do need action. But you've already led on the action that we've been able to take through executive order. We need your help to make sure we can get the legislative actions that are necessary to save lives and to make public safety the priority that it needs to be for all communities. So I want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Folks, we're going to get to work. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.